Morning, everyone. I tried to sound a little bit chirpy then because I've noticed in my recent videos I've been in a depth of flow and I'm not actually considering just how deep I go. I just sort of introduce you straight into where I'm at. But like, it's good to give a cheery greeting, so I am a cheery person, but lots I've been talking about lately has just hit right at depth. So I just go straight into it. And it is quite a relaxed state at times too. So it's not like, hey everyone, I've got some new information for you. This is a part of life and we haven't been facing some things. But, it's not to say that everyone isn't being responsible in one way or another, looking at how they treat the world and their own accountability for what they offer, because what we offer is the world we're going to live in. So we take the time to ask ourselves if we can do more or perhaps consider more. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hold a space for that. And coffee certainly helps, and some mornings I haven't had a coffee that stayed hot because I've been busy doing other stuff. So anyway, I'm sitting with a nice warm drink, and I just wanted to give us a quick reminder that life is a lot easier than we think once we catch on to the high vibrational nature that we actually are born as. You notice babies are born quite high vibrational. Yeah, they can't speak, so they've got to just do what they can. But they're naturally high vibrational, aren't they? Well, we are always that, but we come into 3D energy reality and do our best. Well, with what energy we're dealt, but we do our best growing up out of that. So here's a quick tip that because we are naturally higher vibrational, that means we always have a higher self, a higher vibrational aspect to ourselves. So a higher self, because we are naturally that. So we can always experience joy of some form, right? But it's actually a natural state of being. We haven't been experiencing that. Natural across the board to feel good. I know, it's going to be a shock to the system to a lot. It has been. It has been, because like when the light's coming in now to say, hey, the way you have been doing things have stopped joy for others, and it's not the way, even though you think you're clever doing it. You know, how it's been like the mindset of money has been the control pretty much of joy or what you experience in the world or what you have, so what you experience. And heaven is saying, well, in some of you's calling money king, you've actually blocked off, you think you're clever blocking it off from others, right? But you've actually numbed and kind of dumbed things down for yourself as well, because money is not the king. How you may have worked towards an enlightened awareness of abundance, the universal abundance is what met you. So if you start to block off the fact that you're a part of a universe that assisted you, then you're just doing that to yourself, okay? It's not actually you on your own, and you a certain few that should have it, you're all abundant by us in heaven standards. Okay, so there's too many bossy boots saying money is king. We are all naturally connected higher vibrationally. So we can all feel joy. It's not money that shelters the soul from joy or the spirit from excitement. So, you know, trickery and mind games, etc., systems held in place, etc., kind of hypnotize that something else rules us. But we're light, so, and that's vibration, vibrational movement, always in movement. So you can always call, you can always connect with, right? Which is what sitting and pausing does, allows your natural vibration to be present. You're not, you get your mind away from going here or going there, or your energetic mind emotional attachments from going somewhere in like thought forms in your field, and so you're all full of something going on, right? So you take the time for spiritual practice of letting go into this, getting to know yourself as this energy space, essentially, right? So in that space, and once you start to know it, you can be anywhere and start to feel yourself go down into something old or get triggered by something happening in your field. You can ask, raise my vibration, raise my vibration, raise my vibration, all right? Because what you're doing is you want to step out of getting attached to anything. This is what's happening. And you're declaring to your higher self, I want out of this because I know it's going to pull on my energy. It's going to drag me into something. I'm going to go more unconscious into something that really doesn't need my attention. So you can request to raise your vibration, and what your guides are actually experiencing is more of your light being present, and they will help you. Get your attention to something uniquely for you. So it could be noticing something, it could be thinking and getting a visual of something, just to change your focused vibration. All right? And this is subtle strength. So, you know, don't put limits on it like, my prayers aren't answered and my guides don't help. There is no such thing. It's subtle strength. So it can come in the form of an angel of a human, where someone just ends up walking past smiling, or you hear a song and it just raises your vibration, right? So just notice that you are getting assisted all the time in that fact. You're never alone. So then you don't give up on that. Notice that you are helped. You stay in the high vibration. You're here to enjoy your life. You are naturally a high vibrational being, light being, and the world is your freaking oyster. It's endless. So stay in your higher vibrations, okay? Because your soul wants to experience life with you, and it can't if you get carried away in just anything. So you notice the difference in what vibrations you allow yourself to inhabit. You're navigating your ship, you're navigating, you know, your flight, whatever. You can't just hand this over to whatever's happening in the field of life. And when you take this control back, you'll feel more embodied. You're standing up at your root system of life for more control over your higher focus. And then you invite in so much more light and so much more magnetism at that vibe. And that's essentially what we want for everyone. So if you stay committed doing this for yourself, asking that request anytime, or even if you don't feel like you're asking it, you say it to yourself, you're going to guide yourself. You and your higher self are just going to be guided to the higher vibrational magnetism of electrical impulses guiding you. You've requested it, nearly like energetically commanded it, and go with the flow of it. So then you might carry on with another activity. Someone might have something going on. feel into whether it's something for your wider aspect, your soul, and get to know whether you need to, apart from just being kind to someone, doing what you can, don't let your energy go down and down and down and down because you feel humanly, in the old ways, obliged to carry someone. All right? Because if we start to carry people, they're not going to raise their vibration for themselves. And everyone has free will choice, so we're always choosing how to drive that ship or that plane. So there is responsibility and accountability, and it's a beautiful life when you do your own work and attract in that way. And I just looked at the clock and it was 10:55. So 10:10. 5 is 10. So yeah, that's a good number to end on. I feel like I've completed that chat. Although I do love sharing, so I could probably, feel into something else, but let's leave a short one at that. God bless. And go Socceroos! They made it in! Woo!